Good morning everyone and welcome to Montreal, Canada, right on the banks of the St. Lawrence River and above the Montreal beach. It's a beautiful day to be spending at the beach. It's hovering around -10 right now. Light dusting of snow overnight, which has made everything look a lot better. I've got every little bit of protective clothing on today, spending a big amount of time out in the elements, walking around today, so I thought I better bring everything that I have and just put this up here like that just before your nose is about to drop off. Anyways, Montreal, I don't know what to say about it. I'm a little bit confused. I think maybe it was hyped up a little bit too much and I was expecting a lot more. To me, it's just another city, to be honest. Yeah, the old town, which we'll go up to next, is quite nice. But the rest of the city is like, okay, is this it? But in saying that, it is a big city and I've only been here for a few days, so maybe I'll see more today that will impress me. I'm not sure. With regards to the French, interesting. Very interesting. It's and I say that because in the rest of Canada they seem to accept the French language a lot more than what the French accept the English language here. And what I mean by that is that on the signs here it's mainly all French. They're pretty much, you see English dotted throughout, but nowhere near as much as what the rest of the Canada have on their signs with regards to incorporating French. So signs outside of French Canada will always go English French, always, on public transport, trains, buses, street signs, everything will be English French. But here it's mainly just all French. It is really, really interesting. I'm not sure if anyone else notices that, but I certainly do. And the people here are a lot different too. Think French in France, really. They're a bit rude, not very warm, not very welcoming. As soon as they find out that you speak English, they kind of change their attitude a little bit. I especially found that in the pubs on Saturday night. As soon as I started speaking English, well, it's the only language I know, yeah, they immediately change and put you in an area of the pub that seems to be just for tourists. It was really fascinating, but it also equals what the French are like in their own country of France. They're a little bit standoffish, and we all know they're just not very warm or welcoming. So yeah, that is my I guess synopsis of the French people here. In saying that though, this place is really, really picturesque. I love this here. There's a lot more ice floating down the river today. As I said, we've got a light dusting of snow overnight. The temperature plummeted overnight as well. And yeah, you can see the ice floating down the river with a beautiful bridge there in the background. Anyways, there's a clock tower behind us here. I'll get a view of that from the other side here. And yeah, we'll commence our walk around summer Montreal. Today I'll finish up with going up Mount Royal. It's supposed to be a beautiful viewpoint of the whole city, and I know the city, well, walking around here doesn't seem too big, but I think once I get up there we'll see how big it is. And yeah, we'll only do a little bit of the city today. Obviously we're not going to cover it all, and yeah, I'd be interested to see what you guys think. This promenade along here, it stretches for quite a fair way. I'm about 4 kilometers from my accommodation now, so my plan is to weave back towards the accommodation, just filming whatever we can. But yeah, this promenade along here is very interesting. There's the clock tower that we were just under. I see this as a massive wasted opportunity. There's a lot of industry further up there. There's no restaurants, bars, any kind of, I don't know, life. I guess it's nice to walk along here, but the city itself, that's the old town just behind us, just over there, I don't know, this place right here is devoid of any activity, action. To me, this should be the epicenter of the city. On the banks of the beautiful St. Lawrence River, there's just nothing. It's yeah, it's strange. I think it's one of the biggest missed opportunities for a city that I've seen. Maybe they got plans to do something with it. I can see during summer, this would be quite a good place to have a picnic and whatnot. But yeah, it's just, you'll see. I think you'll see it as we go along how much of a wasted space this is for such a beautiful setting along this river. So just walked a couple of 100 meters from the clock tower just up there, and this is what I mean about a wasted space. There's just, other than the Ferris wheel, there's nothing here, and an epoxy looking zip line that goes a couple 100 meters. There's nothing here. Like, this place right here, I'm assuming it comes alive during summer. They must have like a market or something here on a hard surface. But yeah, to me, this should just be all restaurants, bars, cafes along this whole river. It's just, I don't know, it's really quite ugly to look at. You've got a couple of marinas dotted throughout as well, little marinas. So I was just thinking while I was walking along here, thinking back to Liverpool, how they've created a restaurant area around a marina, which is always a good idea. Marinas are awesome to look at, and yeah, it just creates something out of nothing, really. Like this area here, why not just fill it up with some kind of activity? And that shed right there, like I think there's something in there with regards to a play space or something like that. But then the zip line, it's probably the smallest zip line I've ever seen, starts from just at the end of the shed there to here. Like, oh my god, the amount of development they could put into this area to make it buzzing, they really should. It's just, yeah, such a good space for developing. Anyways, let's head up now. I'll just go up to the red boxes here, and then we'll head up into the old town. Can you see what I mean by how ugly this is? This area here is the only space that I've seen that they've tried to activate. These red shipping containers here, I'm assuming are probably food vendors. Being a Monday morning, obviously they're not open. But this is a little marina here, frozen of course now. But this is the only area along this whole esplanade that they've tried to do something. And what they've done, like, these shipping containers look really ugly. Everything that they've done along here is really old and drab. It's, yeah, not nice at all. I'm sorry, Montreal, but yeah, you need to do something about this space. But let's head up into, now that's enough of having a crack of the Esplanade of Montreal. Let's head up now into the beautiful Old Town area, because it is really quite beautiful and it's like nowhere else in Canada. One of the most recognizable buildings is this one just here. What is it? The Chapel des Marins. Yeah, it's really quite nice, as is this street right here. The effort that they have put into the lighting is really nice. Going alongside the beautiful old buildings here, it is a pleasure to walk along here, and the snow makes a difference. This snow wasn't here the other day when I came down here the first time, and I was going, ugh. But the white on everything just makes it look really nice. They've done a great job. Right, let's head up here now into the heart of the Old Town. Welcome to Old Town Montreal. It is really quite beautiful. Again, I'll say that it is Monday morning, so there's not many people about, there's not much activity going on, but it's peaceful. It's really nice to walk along here and take it in. It's pretty much lined with cafes, restaurants and bars now, and yeah, just beautiful old buildings and Christmas trees dotted down the street, which is really quite nice. As I mentioned in previous videos, Canada don't really know how to do Christmas, but as I go further north, I guess, of Toronto, they have got into the spirit a little bit more, and yeah, it's really nice to see. I was just looking at these lights up here, you know, what are they? I think they're elk antlers. I was looking at them the other day going, they look really quite ugly, and I can't really understand the Christmassy side of it. But yeah, I'm pretty sure they're elk antlers now. These places are really interesting, how they've done their decorations. They've put in a lot of effort. Of course, I should mention that this is the place to come get your souvenirs as well. There's a lot of souvenir shops around along here, and understandably so, being one of the main tourist attractions or destinations in the city. You open up into this beautiful boulevard down here. How nice. I'll just walk a little bit up here just to check out this incredible building up the top here. That looks really nice there too. Simple, basic Christmas decorations always look good. Little cafe stand here, serving some hot chocolate and probably some croissants and some coffee. Beautiful. And look at this grand old dame. I'll find out what that is and get back to you. So this building right here is the City Hall. Absolutely beautiful. And I believe this one here is another government building. I'm pretty sure it's a finance building or something like that. Just a really nice area, this one. If they just connected this up with the waterfront and developed the waterfront, it would be such an amazing space, this. I'm just going to walk back down to what I call as the main street, the walking street of the old town, and we'll continue along there for a little bit. Alright, so we're back down. This seems to be the most popular area of the old town, especially with regards to cafes and restaurants. There's a huge cluster of them here. Mixed with souvenir shops, of course, Then you got a patisserie there. One of the main things to eat in this city are their smoked meats. I've heard they're really famous, so I've got to get stuck into them at some stage. I haven't gone there yet. And also, of course, croissants, being in France. This is a really pretty area of the old town. Microbrewery, they do love their microbrewery and craft beer. I guess everywhere in the world does now, don't they? Everyone's got on the older craft beer train, and they're really quite popular. Just looking at that tourist there is a hell of a lot of Asian people here at the moment. I would say they're probably 90% of the tourism here at the moment. Not sure why. Whether they can get some cheap flights or what, but yeah, there's a lot. Even it's quite unusual having Asian people in hostels, but they're definitely starting to come in hostels now as well. Obviously everyone's trying to save a bit of money at the moment, and hostels are the way to go if you want to do that. But yeah, it's really interesting. A lot of Asian people, and it's the first time where I've really noticed that. Well, outside of Iceland, I guess, where yeah, this place is really benefiting from the Asian market and the income provided from that. So I'm just making my way now to Notre Dame Basilica of Montreal. I haven't been there yet, so this is exciting for me. I'm expecting it to be quite incredible, given these massive buildings right here are really quite incredible. So it should be just right at this street or the next one. This bloke's going to get run over here. And I was right, it is huge. I literally walked past this the other day. I was stuck to the street that we were just on and walked the length of that without turning my head up this street to see Notre Dame, one of the most famous buildings in this city. Hoping it's free, or at least open. I'll walk around the front to the entry and see if we can get in. Because yeah, that's really quite impressive. Again though, scaffold. Bloody scaffold. I can't think of a place where I haven't been presented with scaffold. So disappointing, but oh well. What can you do? Let's go check it out. So, you won't believe it. It is $16, 16, to get into the church. What an absolute scam. These bloody churches, they're so rich already, then they're just scamming tourists out of their hard-earned money. What an absolute joke. Not paying to get into a church. Well, especially for $16. So let's look around this area here, because this is a beautiful area. Again, more Christmas decorations. I'm assuming they're Christmas decorations. They look really quite nice. Yeah, beautiful area this one. Look at the surrounding buildings. Oops, don't trip over that. You know what they need here? They need someone playing music. Just one busker. I was thinking the bagpipes, but we're not in Scotland anymore, so I can't do the bagpipes. But what would be French? I don't know, violin or something. I don't know, but it would be nice. Yeah, bloody nice area, this one. Right on, what is it, 10 AM I guess. Beautiful. And this sign here is exactly what I mean. This is the Baker Montreal, by the way, but this sign here is all in French. I was trying to find out what this building was. This one is in French, but this one is in English. But in the normal, well, English speaking Canada, they would have English and French, not just French. So an interesting take that I've taken away from French Canada. This is a good view of the Notre Dame Cathedral Basilica. Alright, where to now? I might just walk around this area a little bit more. Given it's so beautiful, I'm sure we're going to find some other beautiful things to see. So I'll walk around here for a little bit and see what we can find. But look at this beautiful hotel. It's so good staying in there. Oh, that is beautiful. I've noticed that the things that I say that are beautiful haven't really come out in some of my videos. Especially with regards to the last location in Ottawa. Some of those buildings on the video looked a little bit lame compared to how I was describing them, so just take my word for it that they are really, really beautiful. How cool is this area here and this building right here? How's the shape of it? And this beautiful British Empire building right there as well. What a great little intersection this one is. Really, really nice. So we're almost out of the core of the old town now. Just come to this beautiful old hotel here called Hotel. Another gorgeous building right here as well. This is the difference between the other cities in Canada. The other cities don't have an old town, well, at all, but also as impressive as this. As you saw on my Ottawa video, there's a fair few government buildings there that are really quite impressive, but nowhere near the concentration that is in this old town here. And that is what makes this place so special. Here's another beautiful building right here. How nice is this intersection on both sides? Wow! Love the clock here as well. That's awesome. Oh wow. That's the Canadian Bank of Commerce right there, surrounded by a beautiful street full of beautiful buildings. Look at the work on this one, the detail on this one. I'll try and zoom in. Just got to take my glove off. I don't know if that's going to come up on the screen, but the detail and the work that's been put into this building is bloody amazing. Yeah, just really nice. And also, if you don't know whether you're in or out of the old town, if the buildings haven't given it away, then the street signs will. So the old town have all of these street signs. So that's Street Saint Jacques, Street Saint Pierre. They're all French, of course. But yeah, so just look at the street signs if you're wondering whether you're in or out of the old town or not. And then what I was just standing under was this beautiful old Molson's Bank building. so nice. Love to have a look in some of these buildings just to see whether they're kept in the same way or not. I'm assuming they have. I'm assuming they're probably heritage listed or something like that, the equivalent of in Canada. But yeah, really, really nice. I can't think of a bigger difference between Old Town, the old Hotel Intercontinental there, and Newtown. This colourful building here. It's like a museum or something. So Old Town is up that hill there. Newtown is from here on. And also, while we're on the subject of Newtown, while we're walking into the Newtown, it's nothing really special, as I've said. So I'm not sure how much I'm going to film of the Newtown area of Montreal, but we'll see how we go. I'm also going to go out a little bit later tonight and walk around a little bit, so I'll probably film at night time as well if we don't see much during the daytime right now. But as you can see, it's like any other city really. Modern, square. The buildings are, there's some difference in the buildings, but not a whole heap. Not much of a hive of activity at the moment either, being almost Christmas. Most people have finished work now and have probably left the city to go on their holidays, probably to warmer destinations. Yeah, so it's not as busy as what it usually would be. So take that into consideration also. One thing they have done well in the city is left little spaces like this, park, I guess, spaces for people to chill out in. Literally today, chill. But oh god, it's such a lame joke. During the summer it would be quite nice just to sit here, get out of the office and come here and have some lunch, I guess. But they have left spaces like this all over the city, and yeah, it's really, really good. Like how they got these yellow poles here to tell people where the path is when it snows a lot. I think there's a snowstorm late next week they're predicting. So yeah, expecting a lot more snow in the city here and just preparing for it. This is another cool intersection. Looks like a, maybe it's a cathedral. I was going to say it looks like a mosque type building, but I think it might be a cathedral or something like that. Modern buildings in the background. Yeah, interesting area where you got the old and the new mixed in together. You also find in Montreal there's a lot of these type properties over here with smaller buildings on them with huge amounts of land surrounding them. I've seen these dotted throughout Montreal and it's really quite unique. I haven't really seen that anywhere else. There's one near where I'm staying where it's just a small building, like a townhouse with a huge amount of land around it, right in the city centre. Maybe they're just waiting for a good offer to come along because the land would be worth an absolute fortune. Yeah, this one's obviously connected to this building, but yeah, I've just seen them dotted throughout Montreal. I'm just going to walk up to this massive building up here and see what this is all about. Had a look on Google Maps as to what this building is and it wasn't coming up, so I'll try and find out because it is massive. And yes, I was right. It's another basilica right here. Maybe this one's free to get into. Although nowhere near as impressive as Notre Dame. Still really beautiful, really, really old. Right in the middle of the modern city of Montreal. All doors are closed. even try actually. Let's see. Yep, let's go in. So this is nice. Nice and warm too. Come in here to get the chill off your face. That's one good thing about churches, they're peaceful and they're warm. Wow. Really got some size about it, that's for sure. I won't go too much further because there's a service going on. But yeah, really nice and free. So come to this place instead of Notre Dame. Another park just here. It seems to be every block there's a park. It's so well done. Again, they've incorporated some Christmas decorations, so that's awesome. Got the yellow posts out again. They're definitely expecting snow, for sure. I didn't see this many yellow posts the other day. Yeah, on both sides of the road, really, really nice. And would be even more nice during summer with the trees having leaves on them. And that's the cathedral that we're just in. Big polar bear Christmas decorations there, they're massive. But yeah, so well done. This is the side of Montreal I really like, and yeah, you don't often see this in big cities. Usually they're just full concrete jungles, building to building, and haven't really given space for people to relax in and just escape the whole hustle and bustle, even though you're in the middle of the hustle and bustle. Parks are so well appreciated, I'm sure, by the city folk here. Oh, Windsor Hotel over there it looks like, or was it say Claridge Hotel? The Windsor. Beautiful. Pretty much right in the centre of downtown now. As you can see, it's really pretty quiet for a capital city. If I had to live through these winters every year, you would be escaping to a warmer destination. For example, I don't know, Spain or Mexico, where I'm going next, just to get away from this weather for a little bit. Because yeah, you get sick of it pretty quickly, I think, if you lived here. Hence, it is quiet. This is probably the most busy I have seen of Montreal so far. This is St. Catherine Street. A good shopping street, this one. Really quite beautiful the way they've done this, with the Christmas trees lining it. Really well maintained. The old cinema just here. Yeah, it's really quite nice. So we'll walk along here for a little bit and see what we can find. I was walking along here on Saturday night, and yeah, it was a hive of activity. It was really quite good to see, because everywhere else I've been in Montreal it's been really quite dull and quiet, but not here. And also these yellow poles weren't here either the other night. You wouldn't want to hit that with your shins if this fills up with snow and you're walking along here and you run into that would bloody hurt. Canada Goose, one of the more famous shops you'll see. Everyone wears these jackets. You'll see them with the little arm patches there. Expensive jackets. in the range of about $500. But yeah, a lot of people wearing them. It's a very, very famous brand here in Canada, and you see them now, people wearing them all over the world. And that is a good shot to Mount Royal just up there. So that's where we're heading to a little bit later, up the top of that hill, which will give us a good viewpoint of the entire city. So looking forward to that as well. So I'm going to head back now to my hostel for lunch. Decided to make my lunches while I've been here, save a bit of cash. So I'm going to head back there now, and as I said, I'll come out a little bit later and do some filming tonight as I'm walking around, just to see the city under lights, which hopefully will be something pretty special. How's this woman over here in red on the other side here? Women will do anything to continue looking good. It's dead set minus probably 12 right now, and yeah, you'll find people that still want to look fashionable suffering. It's really quite interesting, as opposed to this girl coming right now. She's got everything that she can on just to keep warm, because it is freezing. Anyways, just a little point of interest. Another thing that I really like about this city is these old townhouses here that are probably townhouses on the top level, but on the bottom level you have restaurants and bars. Even you got bars that go down underground, and these are also dotted throughout the city. It's also very Canadian. I've seen these dotted throughout Canada, and yeah, I love how they've just kind of resisted development, like the ugly square building behind it, and have kept their traditional look, but also been converted into restaurants and living spaces, which is, yeah, really, really awesome to see, and I like that. So just after lunch now, it's about 3 p.m, 2:30, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Won't be long until it's dark, so thought I'd head up the hill now, Montreal, and check it out. But have just, on the way there, come across this beautiful street as it's snowing just slightly. Just lined with beautiful churches. And that right there is the Montreal Museum of Fine Arts. What a beautiful building. I like this street. I haven't walked along this street yet, so yeah. It's bloody good stuff to see around every corner in this city. I'm slowly starting to change my mind about Montreal. Slowly starting to see why people love it. It's taken a while, but I think I'm getting there. And that's where I'm going, up there, up to just below the phone tower on top of the hill there. But couldn't not film this street. Then just a little bit further along, I couldn't help myself. It's got this building here. It's called Le Chateau. It's the hotel. Really, really quite impressive looking. Really, really out of my price range. good street, this one. It's called Sherbrooke Street. Most English name that I've heard in Montreal so far. Sherbrooke Street. Old building here as well that Tiffany and Co have taken up residence in. I was going to say it feels like a bit of a Richie Rich kind of street, that's for sure. You got the Ritz-Carlton just up here on the right as well. Which looks like a mini Christmas decoration setup. Yeah, little shops. Little Christmas market. That's nice, isn't it? And then the Ritz have put in some big effort. Just heaps of Christmas trees. Really nice. Well worth walking around along Sherbrooke Street. Alright, I may as well head up there now. I'll see you at the top. Sidetracked yet again. Just was walking past this little winter wonderland that's been created by the snow here onto what is a university campus. McGill University. How beautiful. Like, I'm assuming all these separate buildings are here are all full of classrooms, lecture halls, and just such a nice setting. Thanks yet again to the snow. Yeah, bloody beautiful. And if you're ever wondering what a typical street in downtown Montreal looks like, then look no further than this. Much like the street that I showed you a little bit earlier with regards to the apartment buildings and the restaurants and the bars underneath, these are just purely residential buildings. Again, I would love to see these streets with trees with leaves on them. It would be really quite beautiful. Not that it isn't now, but yeah, tree-lined streets are always the best kind of streets, aren't they? So yeah, beautiful, just beautiful. Hey guys, so we made it to the top of Mount Royal, or Montreal. One major tip for you: do not try and walk from the city centre up the stairs to the top here. Basically because the stairs are now ice. They are extremely slippery to the point where you're not actually climbing up the stairs, you're climbing to the side of the stairs to try and get on the snow instead of the ice. So yeah, just one tip for you all. But let's turn this camera around now and check this place out. It looks spectacular. There's a little pavilion up there, we'll go in there soon. Plenty of tourists around today because it is Saturday afternoon and there's not a breath of wind. Perfect timing to do this. Unfortunately the cloud has come in since this morning, but hey, still look at that. That's magic. Now I'm on my phone now because it's got better zoom on it than my DJI, so we should be able to get some good views of this place. We'll move around a little bit. When you're walking down in the city centre, it doesn't seem as big, but once you're up here, it definitely has some size about it, that's for sure. The good old French language, I'll be sick of that by the time I leave. They are almost as loud as Americans, can you believe? It's yeah, how loud they are is really quite funny, I guess is the word. Annoying also. But oh well. Look at this view, Montreal. Looks like one of the main streets down there, straight down to the river, which I was at earlier. Beautiful. And what I mean by ice is sometimes it's covered up, but these stairs here and this ground here, all ice. It's really quite interesting how they have not maintained this area with regards to ice at all. Maybe they give up this time of year and don't bother about it. They've definitely laid some grit and salt on this part just here. You can see that it's got no ice or snow on it, where those people are walking up now, but all this right here is all ice, and that's how the stairs were coming up. It was a challenge, a good challenge, quite enjoyed it. Only 1 or 2 slips, getting quite good at walking on the ice, but yeah, definitely would have been easier walking up the road, which I will go on the way back down. So you can drive up here, you can walk up here, or you can catch a bus up here, so it's pretty open. Let's go in here and see what this is all about. Where's a cafe or something, or just somewhere to keep warm for a little bit. Beautiful. Wow, that's beautiful. How nice is this hall? There's a roof on it. Those lights. Wow. So nice. So yeah, it's got a cafe, it's got some toilets. It's really nice and warm in here. It's not too bad now. It's probably about -4 or -5. This morning it was about -10. It was a lot cooler this morning. But now it's not too bad. Just walk down here a little bit and get a good shot of the whole hall. It's really quite big. It's beautiful. Well worth coming in here and checking it out. Anyways, I'm going to head back outside to where I belong and commence the hike back down. There's no way I can go back down the stairs, so I'll find the track along the road and walk that. Otherwise it's going to be the fastest slippery dip ever. Slip and slide, that's what they used to be called, isn't it? Slip and slide ever. So yeah, let's go for an adventure. Cheers guys. So night time has arrived in Montreal. I'm just walking down a side street right now, suburban Montreal. Lightly snowing. It's been snowing lightly probably for the last couple of hours, and nice good covering on the ground now, and it's really peaceful and beautiful just to walk around. Not a breath of wind, hardly any people or cars or traffic. Just really nice, and this is exactly why I came to this part of the world, to experience this sort of life during winter. And how beautiful. Really, really lucky to be here right now. Although really dark, and I hope that you can see this is a really beautiful setting right here, with the snow falling, the traditional old houses here, which is coming up very dark on the screen. I hope they're not when you watch this back, but so Canadian. You see the staircases going up to the second level, so the staircases here are external, so you've got the first floor apartments, they've got their own door, but then the second level they have to go up their stairs to get into their apartments. Really kind of unique. I'll go over there and have a bit closer look here. So you got the first level there, and then the second level have to go up these stairs to get into their apartments. How cool. I can't recall seeing anything else like this anywhere else in the world. But really nice in this area. As I said before, with the snow lightly falling, it's not annoying, it's not getting in your face so much. It's just a pleasure to walk along here, and it's not that cold either. It's probably about -2. Definitely not cold like it was this morning. Just really quite beautiful to walk along these streets and check them out. It's really peaceful. Very nice. I shall continue on. We've come to just one house getting into the Christmas spirit. This is literally the most lights that I've seen on a residential building so far. Good on them for getting into the spirit. Bloody awesome. Really starting to feel like Christmas now with the snow falling. Don't know what it is about the snow on Christmas. Whether it's the movies that we've watched as we're growing up and the Christmas movies and they're all in the snow, whether that just makes it feel more Christmassy or not. I'm not sure what it is, but it definitely does make it feel more like Christmas. You need some skis on or something here. You could easily ski home, that's for sure. Snow's getting quite thick in some areas. Well, thick, I mean 10 centimeters, no more. But yeah, over the last couple of hours, it's the depth has definitely increased, and it's good to see. This is exactly why I'm here. How simple, but yet how effective are these trees being lit up here? That's the front of the university there where we just were before. Another really nice area. During the day, this does not look like much at all. The trees have obviously got no leaves on them at the moment. All looks a bit bare, but with some simple fairy lights, lights up the area very nicely. And with the added snow on the ground now, a pleasure to walk down here. Wow, look at that window. That is what you call fairy lights. Bloody hell. Cool. Yeah, bloody nice. And just down a little bit further now, a building over there with a huge Christmas wreath on it. They've done a good job lighting up the area. Just going to head down here. The snow has pretty much stopped falling now, so perhaps that's all we're going to get overnight. Not real sure. Also not really sure what this green ring is ahead of us, if you can see that. So I'll head down there and check it out. And now we're back down to the main walking street, the main shopping street that we're walking up before. So we'll walk down that again at night time and see what difference it is. But these elk here are massive. That looks awesome. So well done. Love that. Yeah, really cool. So we're going to walk up here now and see what we can find. That green ring right there is, it's like the train station. So yeah, there you go. Wow, how effective are these lights on these trees here? They're actually not even trees. I think they're just poles that the lights have been put onto. Really beautiful. So well done. So simple yet again, but so beautiful. Really lights up this space. Yeah, that's awesome. You've done well doing that. Right, let's walk back this way towards my accommodation. So it's just gone 7 PM. Still plenty of people are out doing their last minute Christmas shopping with the strong smell of marijuana in the air, which you get now all over Canada. You could literally walk along the streets in the major cities and become high just from the smell of marijuana in the air. It is everywhere. And I thought it would have grown on me, but it hasn't at all, really. I don't really like the smell of it. But because it's legal, you have to put up with it. And this is the most people I've seen in this city so far. Everyone's knocked off work and getting things done. Now this is extremely Christmassy. The snow falling on these pine trees here. How beautiful. I'm still getting excited by the snow. I'm sure it will wear off one day, but that is so Christmassy with the snow on those trees there, making them look like real Christmas trees. Where I know back home in Australia we've got fake Christmas trees that have fake snow on them. But yeah, it's the first time where I've seen actual real snow on a Christmas tree, and that is cool. That looks like a nice area up there as well. Yeah, they've done a really good job in the city centre with brightening it up. Props to Montreal City Council, if I can talk properly. I'm going to go down to this park down here. It looks awesome. Let's go see what's down here with all the lights. Yet another simple, basic but effective light installation, just because it's a normal square park that has beautiful lights dotted throughout. This is exactly what the other cities in Canada should be doing with regards to Christmas decorations. Just a few dotted throughout. It's nothing difficult. They've just hung a few lights from a tree and done a few archways. But what would be a dark, drab park has now been transformed into a really beautiful park. And it's just really, really simple. How nice. As I walk along here, I was thinking to myself, what is missing? Like, something is missing. And it took a busker back there who was singing what I think were Christmas carols. There's no Christmas carols at all. I haven't heard any. Did I not do that here? You know how we have groups of people in Australia, like in the city centres and whatever, usually 4 or 5 people singing Christmas carols, but not here. Surely that's not just done in Australia. It's yeah, definitely missing, and it would bring a lot to that strip that we're just walking down. Yeah, the lights are great, but get some music involved as well. That would be awesome too. And now we are back to the area that I said before with all the bars. So residential on the top, shops in the middle, and bars down underground. It's really cool. I'm gonna get across here quickly. All the streets, or most of the streets in Montreal are one way, so really easy to cross. You only have to walk one way. And they've lit this up really quite nicely along here. Plenty of people in the restaurants as well. How nice. It's really busy on Saturday night when I walked along here, that is for sure. And we're almost at the end of the Montreal video. Thought this was worth filming because in the daytime it looks crap. In the night time it looks really good, lit up like that. And then one of the main streets going through Montreal, and lights up on the poles here too. So yeah, this is our second last stop. So, after a massive day of walking around Montreal, we have arrived at our final stop. Now, as I said earlier, Montreal throughout today has grown on me. I can see the appeal for this place, I can see the attraction to it. It is actually really quite beautiful. In saying that though, I would love to see it during the summer. Being an island city, it's in many islands surrounding this city. If you didn't know, that's something for you to take away, because I only just recently learnt that as well. Yeah, it has a lot of things to see around every single corner. You got the old town that we're at earlier, to the modern side of the city, to the restaurants, to the bars, to the cafes, everything. The only thing that is not good here are the people. Now, that's a generalisation. Some of them are actually obviously pretty good, but yeah, they do have a massive French influence here, and you can feel it with regards to all that. Now, I'm just outside of my hostel right here. Again, perfectly positioned. It's not a jail hostel like the one I was at previously, but the same brand of hostel, being St. Lo. So they have obviously got a chain going with regards to their hostels, and this is the one that I'm staying at now. Tomorrow I'm off to Quebec and Christmas. Quebec is a place that I've wanted to go to for this entire trip. I specifically planned Quebec for Christmas because I literally googled what's the most beautiful place for Christmas in Canada, and Quebec City came up. So yeah, really looking forward to that. Being the 23rd tomorrow, so 2 more days until Christmas. I really want to see the atmosphere there. Hopefully it's a lot better than the Canadian cities I've seen so far, but in saying that, Montreal here have been the best with regards to their decorations and getting into the spirit a little bit. But I am expecting Quebec to be next level with regards to that stuff. So we shall see. After Quebec, I'm off to Mexico. So again, super stoked. I'm starting to get a little bit sick of the cold now, although it's not too bad. It's only got down to about -12 today. So I am becoming used to it, but looking forward to the warmer weather all the same. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed this, and I'll definitely upload a video from Quebec because I think it's going to be quite beautiful. So I've heard anyway, so I'm predicting that it's going to be amazing. So I'll see you there. Cheers.